Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So I'm out and about and I just popped out for a walk because it was such a nice day and I've decided to start foraging for an autumn wreath. I was ordering something from Hobbycraft and to qualify for free delivery I needed to add some things on, so being the sucker that I am, I did. And I saw these wreaths for like, one of them is a metal reusable wreath frame, one of them is a wooden reusable wreath frame. And I've always wanted to be able to make a wreath. I tried last year without a frame and it was just hard. So I got those. And I decided I was going to do a Christmas wreath, but then as I was on my walk I thought, autumn, yes. So I've collected these and I want to bring you along on the journey to make my very first wreath. Let's see how it goes. So this is what I've collected so far, and I just want to make it known that this is stuff I've collected off the ground. I haven't picked this off trees or cut them in any way, literally just stuff that I found. Well, I'm in, I've made it home. Let me just dump these down, get a cuppa on, and I want to collect a few more things from the garden. This can't take all day because I've got to get ready for a market tomorrow. So this is what I've got from the garden. Some apples, some holly, and some blueberry leaves, which got really red. So, cuppa. So let me show you the wreaths that I've got. So there's this one. And let me tell you what it is. So this one is 16 inch rattan wreath. And then I've got this one, which is 12-inch flat wreath frame. I think probably because I've got quite a lot of thin sticky things, I'll probably use this one because it'll blend in. And this one you might see gaps. I'll leave it out there just in case. And what I've got to attach, let me just show you. So I've got some of this Oasis wreath wire in green. I have never made a wreath before, so let's just see how it goes. Hey! Hey! Get off my wreath, you! All my nice things. Hey! Hey, get off my wreath! Need some more space. I've got to lose the teapot. I've done it the wrong way around. I think I needed the big at the bottom going up smaller. So the main kind of thing that I'm trying to accomplish is all the big leaves on first. I've opened the window because I think it's too warm in here. They're losing all of their leaves, which is always going to be a downside of doing an autumn thing. The good thing about this wooden wreath holder is that you can shove all the leaves in between them. Not that they'll really stand up to a big gust, but hey, my first go. We'll see. Hello, my love. Hello. Please don't eat them. Come smell. Can I have one? Have that one. Go on then, you can play with that one. There it is, hanging up. Tell you what, I can't tell you how happy I am with the way that that's turned out. It's surpasses what I thought. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not professional, but it surpasses what I thought I would be able to do with a pre-made wreath base and some leaves that I found on a walk. So yeah, I'm chuffed. Like I say, it's the first time I've ever made a wreath, and I'm definitely going to do it again. But I love how this picks up the red apples in the apple tree behind me, and then the logs in the log store. Makes it look like I've got quite a big garden, but I don't. Before I leave you, I'm going to give you some tips in case you wanted to give this a go. Like I say, I'm not a professional, so these are things I've just found as I was sitting at the old table putting the leaves on. So, number one, start with your biggest leaves, your chunkiest things, and put those on first. And also put them towards the bottom. When I started, I put the big things at the top, and it just looked, it was just too top heavy. With the rattan wooden base that I got from Hobbycraft, not sponsored. It's actually quite nice to have a bit of space on top because that's where you're going to hang the ribbon, and then you've got a nice kind of like semicircle underneath of things that you're making your wreath out of. But if it's top heavy, you've got nowhere to tie on the ribbon and it just looks a little bit wrong. So that's my tip, big things at the back and at the bottom. And then just add layer on layer on layer. And this stuff was invaluable. I probably would have got, if I thought about it, I probably would have got maybe a brown or red florist's wire if I thought of it, if they had it. But I got green, and it's so thin, you can't really see it when it's on there anyway. So add your layers on and don't be afraid to use this stuff. And you only need a little bit, you can cut it with scissors and just place the things where you want them and just wrap twine around them all the way around the wreath, and then build it up from there. All the fine details, so if you get anything that's like I had some grasses and some, I don't know what they're called, but I think like seed heads, add those on at the end, because if you add them on at the beginning and then you put your big leaves and your big bold colours on top, you're probably not going to be able to see them. So I added all my fine wispy details like my grasses and my seed heads at the end. Some of them I did add to the back, so they're kind of popped up on top of where the big leaves were, but definitely add them on at the end. Then think about things that you've got in your own house or garden that could add little pops of colour. I had some little tiny apples. So the apples on my apple tree are getting quite big now, but the first ones that blew off are really tiny and they've just been strewn along the bottom. So I got a couple of those, poked a hole in them with a carving fork and put some of the wire through and attach those. And little details like that just add a lot of je ne sais quoi to it. And I think it looks really nice. I like it as well because it's completely biodegradable. The only thing that isn't natural is this and the ribbon. But this and the ribbon can be reused. So when all this rots away or blows away, or when I take it down, I'm going to keep the wire of all of the bits, and then I can just reuse those for my winter wreath, because I'm probably going to do this in the winter. Let's face it, it looks cute as heck. But I'm going to leave this there because I need to go and have a shower. But until next time, bye bye.